This is Millie Says, where discipline becomes identity, softness meets power, and elevation is non negotiable. If you're ready to step into your power with grace, you're in the right place.
Welcome back to another episode of the Disciplined and Momentum series. This is Millie Says, and this is episode 9. Becoming her is boring. There's something no one really tells you about becoming her, and that is it's boring. Not glamorous boring, not peaceful boring, but repetitive, predictable, unimpressive boring. There's no dramatic breakthroughs every week, no constant motivation, and surprisingly, no applause. Just the same choices over and over and over again, long after the excitement wears off. And that's usually the moment when people quit. Not because they can't do it, but because it doesn't feel like something they imagined success would feel like. So today, we're talking about the part of transformation no one posts. Why becoming her isn't thrilling, why it doesn't make you feel special right away, and why boredom is actually the signal that you're doing it right. We've been sold a very specific fantasy that becoming her looks like a sudden mindset shift, a dramatic aesthetic change, instant confidence, and immediate validation. Like one day you wake up and you just feel different. But real transformation doesn't announce itself. Most days you don't feel powerful. You feel normal. You still wake up tired. You still question yourself. You still feel unmotivated. And you're still repeating the same exact routines. The glow up fantasy makes people think, if this were working, I'd feel something by now. But discipline doesn't feel like dopamine. It feels like maintenance. And maintenance is quiet. Here's something important though. If your life has been chaotic, if you're used to emotional highs and lows, and if you've ever had to live in survival mode, or still living in it, stability feels boring to your nervous system. That's because your body is used to urgency. It's used to drama, adrenaline, reactions. So when life starts to smooth out, when your routine stabilizes, and when your emotions regulate, your brain is like, is this it? That boredom, that restlessness, that urge to self-sabotage, it's not intuition, it's withdrawal. And you're detoxing from chaos. Most people mistake that discomfort as a misalignment. This is the exact phase where people abandon the process. Not when it's hard, not when it's painful, but when it's uneventful. And this happens when the scale moves slowly, or even not at all. When the results are super subtle, when the praise, it just disappears, and no one is watching you anymore. They think, I'm doing all this for what? But this is the moment discipline stops being performative. This is when you're not trying to prove anything. You're not fueled by motivation anymore. And you're not chasing validation. You're just showing up because that is who you are now. This is who you are now. An identity change always feels anticlimactic. Let me tell you something quietly. powerful. The woman who actually becomes her doesn't feel inspired most days. She feels neutral, focused, slightly bored, and mildly detached. She doesn't romanticize the process, she normalizes it. They don't ask, do I feel like doing this? They ask themselves, is this still aligned with who I've decided to be? And then they move. Not fast, not dramatically, but consistently. That's why they look unshakable. Here's the reframe I want you to hold on to. Boredom is not a sign that you're stuck. It's a sign you've crossed the threshold from motivation to embodiment. From trying to being. From performing to stabilizing. And from becoming to maintaining. This is where confidence gets quiet. This is where self-trust is formed. And this is where your life actually changes. If you can stay here, if you can resist the urge to blow it all up and self-sabotage, if you can keep choosing the same aligned actions, you don't just become her, you stay her. So, if your life feels boring right now, and if you're not excited, but you're steady, if nothing is falling apart, and if no one is clapping, you're not failing, you're stabilizing. And that's the most dangerous phase of it all, because it's the most time and the most important time that most people can't survive. They won't survive. Some don't survive. But for you, I need you to stay. You're a lot closer than you think. If this episode landed, drop a crown in the comments. And if you're in that boring phase right now, I want you to know you're not alone. This is where real women are made. I'll see you in the next episode.